Today on our episode of Hero's Journey, we'll talk about a troubled young man who turned his anger into art and even became the not-so-incredible Hulk. A talented man who, besides being an excellent actor, also loves to stay behind the scenes and produce great movies. Let's go a little deeper into the story of Mark Ruffalo. Mark Allen Ruffalo was born on November 22, 1967 in Kenosha, Wisconsin. But during his adolescence, he grew up and lived many years in Virginia, where his father, Frank Lawrence, used to work as a real estate painter, and his mother, Mary Rose, was a hairdresser. Mark had a deep admiration for his father, especially when he saw him participating in Greco-Roman wrestling tournaments and sought to follow in his footsteps, even starting to practice the same sport in high school. However, Mark also said they were very emotionally distant and had a cold relationship, as if they were two strangers living together. Mark Ruffalo did not follow a conventional path in terms of higher education, especially since he had ADHD, dyslexia, and undiagnosed depression at the time.
I was undiagnosed with dyslexia, ADHD, and depression in my youth. And one of the things I always was very difficult for me was grade school, feeling strange and unique and freakish.
After completing high school, he gave up college to move to San Diego with his family and later went to Los Angeles to pursue his acting career. That's where he founded the Orpheus Theater Company at only 20 years old and starred, wrote, and directed numerous plays. However, the curious thing is that in order to pay the bills during this period, Ruffalo worked as a bartender for 9 years until he could live exclusively from his art. In the meantime, in 1994, Mark faced a sad event he wasn't prepared for. Mark's best friend killed himself, and understandably, his death affected Mark deeply. The actor said that Michael's death helped him realize the value of his own life, keeping him from making the same decision. To Ruffalo, acting became a way of coping and moving forward past the pain of his younger years. Another fact from this moment in our hero's journey is that despite his calm personality, Mark Ruffalo went through various anger management issues in his early 20s.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
He was the hot-headed type and usually ended his nights at the police station after having caused trouble in some city bar. It was the example of a rebellious youth with a persecution complex. He even commented in interviews that his apartment at the time had several posters scattered on the wall to cover the holes made by his punches. Besides being an actor, he also loves to act behind the cameras as a director. His first work was in Sympathy for Delicious. In addition, he also declared in interviews that being in front of the cameras is super intense and personal, while directing isn't. It's something much more enjoyable to him. In this dilemma between acting and producing, there came a point where Mark almost gave up his acting career, as it was something extremely tiring and exhausting. However, a few weeks later, he realized that it was something that still made his heart beat faster, besides being a fundamental job to support his family. Currently, he seeks to divide his career between these two roles whenever possible. And thank goodness he didn't give up his acting career, or the fans of the Hulk would lose their biggest star. In 2008, another tragic episode happened to Mark when his close brother was found dead in his apartment in Los Angeles with a gunshot wound to the head and a gun in his hand. Although the police concluded that it was a homicide and suspects were arrested, the crime remained unsolved. An important witness died during the process and the investigations were not successful. After years of grief and missing his brother, Ruffalo had an opportunity that made him hit the spotlights again. Ruffalo was announced as the new Hulk for the Avengers, and many fans were surprised since he wasn't the first name that came to mind for the role, especially after the previous performances of Eric Bana and Edward Norton. Ruffalo indeed signed a 6-movie contract with Marvel Studios, which is common for actors involved in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In order to record the scenes where his movements were projected for the Hulk, Ruffalo had to wear a suit with several capture points, and for a good part of the filming he needed to wear a large foam structure so that the actors who were acting with him could have a better size reference of the giant creature. He has declared in interviews that the suit was not the prettiest, but he was very excited to use this new technology and bring the Hulk to life in a new way for the fans. We were not expecting that this would happen along the years. Please Stop, Marvel. Anyway, Mark Ruffalo is a notable actor not only for his iconic roles in cinema, but also for his deep and engaging performances in films that address complex and exciting themes. It's worth noting that 3 of those performances earned him Oscar nominations for Best Supporting Actor, highlighting his versatility and commitment to the art of acting. But in addition to his talents, he also has a strong determination. The actor, after watching the movie High Art, contacted the director, Lisa Cholondeco, to say that he would like to work with her. A few years later, she wrote a script with a character for him in the movie The Kids Are All Right. He starred in the production alongside Annette Bening and Julianne Moore, which earned him his first Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Ruffalo had also previously worked with Julianne Moore in Blindness, an incredible movie based on the work of the famous author José Saramago that had several scenes filmed in Brazil. And his second nomination in the same category came with Foxcatcher, with a memorable performance and giving great visibility to his career. Another very successful movie in his journey was Now You See Me. Curiously, in this work, Mark Ruffalo played FBI agent Dylan Rhodes. The actor believes that the success of the movie was due to the incredible vision of the director, Louis Leterrier, who managed to put so many interesting characters on screen and give time for each one to develop and win the audience's heart. But the truth is that Ruffalo's involvement with the film's theme was so deep that he even began to explore hypnosis and magic in real life, demonstrating his commitment to diving into his roles to bring authenticity and deep understanding to his performances. Another side of Mark's life that few people know is his activism on important issues. Engaged with various social causes, Ruffalo owns an organization called Water Defense, which fights soil drilling in search of natural gas and believes that other alternatives can be applied to not harm the environment. Many times he had to interrupt his work as an actor to momentarily engage in some social projects and managed to capture people to contribute to his organization. He also advocates for obtaining 100% clean energy and is an activist for various campaigns around the world. More recently, he participated in the launch ceremony of the Netflix series We Are Guardians to bring more visibility to the issue of the deforestation in the Amazon. But did you know that Mark had a face paralysis because of a tumor he removed in 2001? Living a great moment in his career, already married and about to become a father, the actor received harsh news, the diagnosis of a brain tumor. One of the warnings given by the doctors was that the surgery for removal could result in facial paralysis. Ruffalo's shock was even greater considering that the reason that led him to undergo tests was a disturbing dream he had the night before. He kept the diagnosis a secret until the birth of his son. Mark saw death as a certainty and even recorded a tape for his son to find and watch it when he was older. The surgery saved the actor's life, but left sequelae such as partial facial paralysis. It took him months to regain control of his own face. Cognitive problems also affected his coordination.
I woke up after that and my face was paralyzed and I couldn't close my eye. And that carried on for about 6 months.
The only permanent problem of the procedure was the loss of hearing in his left ear. Even after that, he continued firm in his work, and the Marvel star received his 4th nomination for Best Supporting Actor for Poor Creatures. Now tell me, do you think he stands a chance at the dispute against Ryan Gosling or Robert Downey Jr. this time? In fact, if you want to get to know the stories of these actors, we also created episodes about them here on our channel. So did you already know all these curious facts about our hero's life? If you found this story interesting, please leave a like to reach more people. And if you want to stay on top of the journeys of other real-life heroes, subscribe here to our channel and receive our next episodes. That's it for today. I'll see you next time.